Hello, everyone. My name is Denise Harlow. I'm the CEO of the National Community Action Partnership, and I want to welcome you to this year's Winter Management and Leadership Training Conference. Our theme this year is advancing equity, building resilience, and sustaining hope. During this time, our theme for this year's conference couldn't be more important. Your work every day across this country is meaningful, important, and is helping to sustain families during such an incredibly challenging time. So, first, thank you for everything that you're doing. I hope this week you attend sessions that put new tools into your toolbox, give you new places to go for information or new information to include in assessments and work plans, in your advocacy work, in your storytelling. I hope that you leave inspired and ready to continue this fight against COVID, this fight to build racial equity in our country, and to be the liaison for good, solid information and hope for our country during this process of coming out, we hope, of the pandemic. This year's keynote presentations, I think, are just really stellar. And I hope that you find time to listen, to engage, and to participate in our plenary sessions. Our opening plenary, we start off with Dr. Ibram Kendi and Dr. Gail Christopher. Dr. Kendi certainly is the author of How to Be an Anti-Racist and Stamped from the Beginning. Many of us have seen his work. We've listened to him in other sessions. To have him join us here at the Community Action Partnerships Conference is just a critical moment in both the community action history. We're so glad to have Dr. Christopher join him for this fireside chat. Dr. Christopher has been with us many times and knows and understands community action. We're bookending our week of plenaries with Dr. Georges Benjamin, the president and CEO of the American Public Health Association. We were just talking with him about his session a little bit earlier today, and I'm so excited for his session in terms of being grounded in what community action is, where we sit in terms of the landscape of being community-based, locally driven, and trusted sources of information. I hope that you stick with us through the week and engage in workshop sessions. One other plenary session that I want to talk with you about is a panel of parents. We're entitling it Power to the Parents. Community action is grounded in maximum feasible participation, putting the customer voice center in our work. I mean, think tanks all day long, we can talk about person-centered, right? But community action is grounded in person-centered. And so our parent panel, I've heard that it's going to be amazing. The prep for this, and I know this panel has also presented at other conferences. They're going to be amazing. And I think will be a great window into what families are facing and what you as community action agencies are able to help bridge every day across this country. So I can't wait for that session as well. We're going to be joined by our national partners, certainly with the Office of Community Services and Acting OCS Director Janelle George, Sharice Johnson, and others. We're going to have Anna Garcia from the Department of Energy, specifically around weatherization. We're going to be really able to, I hope, give you up-to-the-minute information about what's going on. We're in an administration change, certainly, and these moments in time come around periodically, and we want to make sure we're on the cusp of all that good information. We're going to have some very specific sessions dedicated to COVID. We're going to elevate the great work that Community Action is doing across this country to fight both helping to sustain families when their personal economy crashes, when jobs are lost, when healthcare is impacting their capacity. Community Action, you have really stepped up and pivoted during this moment in time, and we want to highlight and elevate some real strong stories about Community Action assisting during this pandemic. So we're in a virtual platform, we know. That can sometimes pose a little bit of technical challenges. There is an attendee manual, I believe, that has been sent out. I encourage you to go to the what we're calling the info center on the entrance platform if you run into problems. And if it all goes to wherever, you can email registration@communityactionpartnership.com, and that'll go to our events team, and they will respond to you to try to get you grounded. I ask for your patience. this week. As we know, technology sometimes has its glitches. We know internet across this country ebbs and flows, and we can't wait to be with you again in person. And we have our fingers crossed for Boston in August/early September of 2021. We're hopeful because we want to see you. Community Action is a face-to-face effort. We miss you, but we're so glad that you're able to join us this week. We hope that you turn your video cameras on when that option is available. I know a lot of times we're in pushing information out, but please participate in the chats, ask your questions, engage with us, email us with follow-up questions. So thank you for living the promise of community action every day. You truly are helping people and changing lives. You are on the front line of this pandemic. You're on the front line of building racial equity in our country, and we can't thank you enough. So enjoy this week. We hope you leave energized, and let me know how we can be more helpful. Thanks so much.